Hi everyone, so we are at COP28 officially. I got my badge and we are headed to B2. That's where the Commonwealth Pavilion event is, and I'm still trying to figure out where the area is. Okay, so quick update. I have figured out how to go about here. Pretty interesting, and it's very big, so it's a little confusing. And I also met Maria, who is the delegate of Colombia. So she was really nice, she was very helpful, she helped me out. And now I'm headed towards the Commonwealth area so that we can just figure out the plan, because the event starts at 12:15 and right now it's around 11:30. So yeah, we need to rush a little bit. Okay, so we are at the Commonwealth Pavilion and the event is going to start soon. So yeah, I'm a little nervous, but it'll be good, it'll be good. We know it. Moreover, when we look at information, again, when you do not have the information, you cannot apply, right? And you've seen that even when we were collecting the data, it was very difficult for us to look at different regional opportunities, and it took us quite a long time. So definitely information, there's a need to...
Now, access to climate finance. Climate finance. Let's take a picture. Okay.
Hi everyone, so just got done with my part and I was very nervous, but it went very well, and everybody said it was lovely. So yeah, I mean, tomorrow is the big launch and I'm super nervous about it, but we'll do great. And yeah, I need to also just enjoy COP, and it's a really good vibe here. Everybody here is super sweet. It's super huge, like I'm getting lost, but it's fun. So yeah, keep you posted. Bye. Hi everyone, so I'm here with two Girl Up leaders. This is Khushbu, this is Zaina, and we are all waiting here to just have a small meetup of all the Girl Up leaders in here. So yeah.
And Zaina gave me this.
Yeah. That's very cute badge.
It's a very, very cute badge.
Hi everyone.
Hi, Zaina, Sheen. We were just reflecting on today. It's only day 1 for us in week 2, and we're there.
Exactly.
Hi, yeah. This venue is massive.
Exactly.
Just, I don't know how she's wearing heels today, but she has survived for most of it. What do you want to have for dinner today?
I don't know what I'll have for dinner today. I mean, since the morning I've only had breakfast offered by my hotel, and then a falafel roll, which was so dry I could not complete it.
Yeah.
Eat it.
Yeah.
So we're barely surviving on food.
Yeah. Yeah, like reminder to eat, reminder to prep your food,
Yeah.
reminder to this is not enough.
Yeah, I mean, my bottle is empty. At least you have water. I don't. Mine is
Yeah, there's nothing.
only
there's
for decoration. Yeah.
So remember to hydrate. I don't know.
Try to sleep rather than being awake in the night.
Yeah.
But then we have to prep for the events.
Yeah, but
What
we're
to say.
looking forward to Monday's event.
Yeah,
We're doing it together, so we're super excited about that.
exactly. And I think we'll try to post this video on the Girl Up stories that we vlogged before about the takeover. But yeah, we are taking over Girl Up's official account on 11th, just
Yeah.
in case you want to see the fun side.
Yeah,
And we'll probably not be as dead as we are today on 11th.
that's the hope.
That's the hope. Yeah, exactly.
Alright, take care, guys.
Bye. Secretariat and will launching a report on the availability of climate finance. Okay, so I just met the Girl Up girlies and now I'm headed for the photo op with Simon Steele. So yeah, let's go there. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's go.
Constantly, we are very serious, but in person, you are very lively.
Right, that's very true. I wanted to say that too to you. Like, yeah, I was actually very scared of Uzo, not gonna lie. And then I met her.
When I meet business, I meet business. They know me. You see this pavilion, we had over 100 and something applications. So I'm like, we need to cut it down to 40 for a day. Everybody, everyone's like, I'm like, no, each section, go and prioritize. When it's time for work, it's time for work. But if you see me playing, you want to know. Yeah. Don't worry.
Hi everyone, so just got done with today's activities and now I'm headed back. So very tired, but it was an amazing day. I think we did so many things, got so many things done, met so many people who I worked with online, and we got to connect in person. So I would say it's a great day, a very successful day. Hi everyone, it's day 2 of COP28 and we are headed towards the green zone mobility, after which I'll go to the blue zone and yeah, let me just show you around.
So we have a Commonwealth Secretariat and Government of Fiji and Government of Zambia joint side event today on empowering youth climate leadership, experiences from the Commonwealth in access to climate finance, capacity building and technology. As you know,
This report is now available online publicly for those who wish to download it.
Next to Jody, we have Sheen Tyagi, who's the Research Director for the UNFCCC YOUNGO Finance and Markets Group. Welcome, Sheen. So coming to you next, Sheen, part of the reason we're here today is to launch the report, Availability of Climate Finance for Youth, which we just heard from Dr. Ruth about. And it's been a joint effort between the Commonwealth and UNFCCC YOUNGO. So we'd be keen to hear from you on the top 2 recommendations coming out of the report and what young people are thinking about the current financing landscape and the issues that they also see there as it relates to development and climate.
Okay, thank you so much for having me here. It's a pleasure to finally launch the report that we've all worked on. So 2 key findings I would say are that firstly, we do not have standardized access to climate finance. It's a very inequitable distribution that we are looking at. If you go through the report, you'll see that only 1% of the climate funds which are actually available are targeted towards indigenous communities and 5% for women. So it's a very minuscule fund contribution towards groups which are largely affected by climate change. And so one of the major findings is that we need to standardize the access to climate finance, and we can only do that if the information is centralized on climate funds. As mentioned by Jody, the availability of funds is very difficult to find because we do not have any platform which tells us what all funds are available, right? We need a platform so that there is more clarity on what is available, where is it based, who can access it, because when we also looked at data collection, it was very difficult to find funds from around the world, right? So that's our first recommendation, followed by need for local community-led funding and national support. We are looking at future leaders or maybe leaders of today who do not have the support of their governments, who do not have community support in terms of how can they scale up these projects. So we need to mobilize people in our community, right? We need to mobilize governments to push for youth action. So those are the two recommendations, and these recommendations stem from the original problems just as highlighted before. So right now we are at a stage where because of the transition from COP27 to 28, where we have seen a lot of accelerated action as compared to previous COPs, I feel like this is a crucial time to push for action and for implementing innovative ideas and projects to support them. And so we definitely, everybody is worried about how it's going to turn out. After the global stocktake, we clearly know that it's going to be a tough road to follow up on. But then we do know that when there is worry, there is also motivation to go for it. So yeah, it is slow-paced, but I feel that there is definitely that inclination in youth today to push for action. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Sheen. And so, I mean, obviously, looking at very much what comes out of COP this time and movement on that global stocktake, but not just from governments, from the private sector as well. So what are you thinking the private sector can do to better include and concentrate on young people and ensure their development and climate financing needs are met?
Right. So private sector happens to be a very major player in the field who is not contributing as much as they can, provided that they have the funds, they have the resources, but they are not willing to push for action and to support these young projects. So some of the key ways through which they can engage with youth is by involving youth in decision-making processes, by creating mentorship programs or internship programs, because they also, when we look at internships, they're more company-based. But what if these internships and these mentorship programs were designed in a way through which the youth can benefit as much as the company is going to benefit from them? Moreover, we have also seen that establishing partnerships or having collaborations in terms of projects is also a wonderful way through which action can be pushed for, and promoting a diverse and inclusive workforce happens to be one of the key ways, because we have different communities who are affected in different ways. So having that equitable workforce guidelines is also very important. And lastly, I would also say that sustainable practices are not really followed through in private sector organizations. We definitely see the reports, but where is the accountability? So I believe that incorporating sustainable practices and having an accountability system is also pretty important, so that youth can kind of work with them, while also ensuring that the private companies and the private sector is doing what they promise to do. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Sheen.
I'll go first. So I think, as I mentioned earlier about collaboration, so I think there is one thing that we lack in Fiji is technology. The use of technology, using of apps to create innovative solutions. So what we have in Fiji right now is traditional knowledge, but we lack a little bit of climate science and ocean science and those kind of literacy programs. So I think it's really important when you combine these two, and it becomes, we can have like a greater action that we can amplify and also provide more learning progress, educational tools for the young people in Fiji, and also we can other countries can also like learn, and vice versa as well. So yeah, I think collaboration and in terms of sharing knowledge is one of the things. Yeah.
Thank you for that, Sheen.
So in terms of what to push for at COP, definitely we have some ongoing ongoing actions, for example, the Loss and Damage Fund and other actions. But it's pushing for those is definitely very important. But in terms of climate finance, right now, data availability is very difficult. We do not know where are the climate funds available, what are the criterias, what are the eligibility. And so pushing for platforms where youth can clearly, very easily access this data is very important. So pushing for local and national support is something that the youth should go forward with. And also another important aspect is to push for private sector engagement. So those are the two main areas where I think the youth can definitely push for action. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sheen. And now it's a round of applause to welcome our Secretary General, Right Honourable Patricia Scotland KC, fresh from giving her remarks in the high-level summit.
They're just making sure we all get our steps in. So, Honourable Ministers, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, as we draw the curtains on our official side event, I wish to express our collective gratitude for the invaluable contributions and enriching discussions that have transpired over the course of your deliberations. Today, we embarked on a journey to explore and amplify the role that youth is playing in shaping our collective response to the global climate crisis. This is called partnership, by the way. As you heard, this report sheds light on the landscape of climate finance for youth. And the recommendations of this report and our ongoing work with the UNFCCC, YOUNGO, and the Commonwealth Youth Networks continue to guide our response going forward. And I would say continue to inspire us, to give us energy, to provide the spice that we need to maintain hope and to keep it alive.
Hi everyone, so this is the end of day 2. We had a very successful launch of the report and now I'm headed back home. I'm so grateful, and like I got some photos clicked over here, which is like a very picturesque view of the COP. Yeah, and now yeah, it's always like very surreal to be here, and yeah, I don't want to do emotional, sentimental piece over here right now because we have people around. But I mean, today was really amazing. I connected with so many people and made so many friends. So it's a great opportunity, and I'm so thankful for it. So yeah.
It is more than mere work, it is a sacred vision. Because of you, we are closer to being able to provide the care our unique and precious planet needs and rightly deserves. So thank you from the very bottom of my heart. Thank you for all those days when you thought you'd like to give up. Thank you for all those days when you thought nobody saw you, and nobody cared, and nobody heard you. And let me tell you, we do see you, we do hear you, and we profoundly value you. So it's my great privilege, my great pleasure, on behalf of 2.5 billion
Zaina.
It's Sheen.
And we're here at the Youth, Women and Gender Pavilion at COP28 in Dubai. And we are going to be doing an event with Unlock.
With unlocking the future. That's the name of the event.
So yeah, we're here with Unlock the Future. We're going to be working with so many other organizations, cultural ones, educational ones. We're going to be talking about how women intersect with climate and education and art and storytelling and the government, and there's so many things to unfold and understand at this event, and we're super excited.
Yep, and so we are going to be taking over Girl Up's Instagram today and sharing everything about COP that you need to know. So stay tuned. Hi everyone, let me just show you more about the green zone. So the green zone is open to any and everyone. You just have to get a day pass and then you can come here and visit all the amazing pavilions and hubs that there are there at the green zone. So just to share a little bit more about it, we have mobility here, opportunity here, and sustainability right over there. And basically all of these areas have different types of hubs. They range from technology and innovation to education to youth to gender, and you can find any and everything over here related to the SDGs.
And then we have Sheen Tyagi, who's an 18-year-old youth leader and a student from India, raising awareness of critical social issues by engaging in global advocacy on a range of topics. So welcome to you as well.
Thank you.
In time on the need to really integrate sectors such as health and gender and not just focus on climate action in a silo. Sheen, do you want to add some points to that question as well?
Sure. Okay, yeah, the mic is working. So when I talk about this whole topic, I feel like many of the points were covered, right? But we also need to understand that at this point of time, it's very important to give young people a good platform where they can advocate for whatever they want, right? I feel that we do have some very good platforms. For example, when I'm representing today, like Girl Up. Girl Up is a great platform for women to engage in advocacy. There's YOUNGO, which covers all the topics in SDGs. So we need to find such platforms and we need to help youth get into these platforms to advocate for all the topics that they want, because the SDGs are linked to climate action, and I think SDGs are just a very broad framework, or maybe even like the way through which we can highlight the topics which need our focus. But the bigger problem right now is climate action. So I believe that, for example, when we talk about climate finance, we don't have enough of that for youth. So when the youth wants to come up with new ideas, to come up with projects which can be very beneficial for our environment, they just do not have the funding or the support or the knowledge to implement those plans. So supporting the youth, helping them engage in policy making, in decision making, in taking charge is very important, because we need to give them a seat on the table. And lastly, I feel that also it's more about partnerships at this point, how we can connect the youth with governments and help them come up with new ideas, brainstorm, innovate, and just implement change in our society. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Indeed, very valuable. Youth really need to get these platforms to enable participation in a meaningful way. So thank you so much for that, Michael. So I want to turn back to Sheen. We see that there's growing momentum for children and youth, and they have a lot of resources, and they have a lot of data on how we are experiencing everything, and on how children and youth really want to solve climate change and the SDGs. Do you have any thoughts about how we can better share these resources with policymakers and ensure that they get where they need to be, to put it directly?
Okay, like I mentioned, we have platforms, but we still need local platforms we have all these global platforms where youth can engage with each other, where they can share ideas, but we still do not have local community partnerships and platforms where they can engage and they can implement change. So I feel, just like you mentioned, we need intergovernmental partnerships where youth is engaged, properly. And I see there are so many countries which are already doing it, which have started doing it. And it's great to look at that. And I feel like even in my country, India, we have new programs coming up to engage the youth more into policy making. And so these platforms actually help the youth a lot, right? But climate finance, still we are struggling with it. We are still trying to push for it. And so I feel that more than that, we have these resources, but we do not have enough information and knowledge available about them, because the knowledge is not being, shared with the youth, right? And so we also need like better access to these resources, maybe a platform which shares all these sorts of resources which they can easily go to and they can look at them. Moreover, I feel that we also need to provide opportunities to youth, right? We need to engage them actively. It shouldn't just be the youth pushing for action, but also governments being open to those actions, governments wanting to bring the youth on table, and not just, not just it being a very regular working in governments, because we need to change. We do not have the advantage or the time to just be, it's okay, however things are going on, it's fine. We cannot do that. We need to take action. And so I feel that resources can only be shared if there is proper implementation of this knowledge dissemination into the education area, where youth is informed from early ages that you can take action. These are the resources that you have, and starting off at a young age. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, it's day 3 of COP28 and I am at the Children and Youth Pavilion. Let me show you what's going on. It's actually very fun. So here we go.
Present our first guest of today.
Really nothing else in between except the beautiful desert. That will accommodate the growth of the city.
So I just visited the Energy Transition Hub. And lastly, going to Climate Finance Hub, just because that's our interest, so we must visit it.
But before community engagement, you need to understand who is your targeted segment. And this basically visualize the social impact on your operations as well. When it comes to mapping community infrastructure, when you allocate some branches in business hub or
I have to go over there, like over there, and it's that far to get the bus.
I'll take a nearer picture.
One eternity later.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. Hi guys.
Hi.
We are on a camel ride and I'm
in the middle of a desert in Dubai.
Yes.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. COP delegates also have fun.
Yeah. Not all climate all the time. Climate and a little fun.
Yes.